So I always say to people, like, when I invite them on, it always feels like it's a long time coming because I booked them in and then like a few weeks later they'll come in and it feels like a long time coming. But this literally has been a long time coming.
Yeah, it has.
Because I actually asked you to come on like in the original content room about a year ago. And you did come on with Nick, who was a content room client at the time. But I wanted to get you on my own podcast because I feel like when we first met, you've evolved a lot since.
Yeah.
Since then. Now, everyone in my audience probably will be aware of who you are in some capacity. But for anyone who doesn't, talk to me a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how it came to be that you're in the position you're in now.
Okay. I am Becky. At the moment, I am a yoga and Pilates instructor. And I also own Oxton Wellness Centre. I also host an annual wellness festival with my friend Elle. And I work on projects here and there as well. So I'm quite active on social media, with the Wellness Centre, with my own social media. And yeah, I like to just get myself out there, go to different networking events and create the content.
I love it. I love it. So I see you doing yoga all the time.
Yeah.
Is yoga something that you've always done?
No. So I started yoga in 2019. I was just in like a really low place. I'd lost like a couple of family members, then split up with my ex, and then we went into COVID. So it was just like bam, 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 bam. And then because we were in COVID, I had the time to do online yoga classes. And that's where it just helped me deal with all the grief I was going through. So I've just never looked back since.
I love it. So how did it come to be that you went from kind of hobbyist to full-on instructor?
Okay, so I was in hospitality for 10 years, really active social job.
Yeah.
And then I left hospitality the end of 2019, and I was like keeping myself busy when I wasn't working by making hair accessories, which I just kind of picked up as a hobby. So I left hospitality and started doing my hair accessories full time. I was stocked in like 40 odd shops, lots of markets, different events. And then COVID hit, and then carried on. I went to face masks anyway. A couple of years later, I was about to do a big project making hair accessories. And it was going to be a lot of orders. And I was really concerned about, first, like mentally, because I've gone from hospitality on my feet for 10 hours a day to sitting at a chair on my sewing machine for, it would have been like 10 hours a day. And yeah, I was concerned about my posture, my like mental health, how it was going to affect me. And then I did my yoga teacher training, not because I wanted to teach, because I wanted to understand my own practice like deeper. And then that's just where it kind of switched.
I love it. I love it. And now, recently, you've become a Pilates instructor.
Yes.
Now, as a former Fit Pro, PT, online coach, you name it.
Yeah.
Probably done it. I've had a proper brain fart here. and this brain fart has lasted for what? Like, I started PTing at 22, so 16 years. I'm taking out tomorrow. You know that? So, 16 years. What's the difference between Pilates and yoga?
Okay, so Pilates is more about core strength, I'd say. It's more about building stability.
Is it Joseph Pilates?
Yeah. More about building stability in the body, whereas yoga is kind of more about the flexibility side of it. They both give you, the mental benefits. They're both amazing, and they both build strength, flexibility as well.
Am I right in thinking that yoga's more mindful?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, people get, different experience from every session they go to. But one of the reasons why I still do yoga to this day is because of the mental benefits.
I don't want to put anyone off your Pilates class.
Yeah.
But I remember years ago, must have been about 23, and I became a PT at David Lloyd in Cheshire Oaks.
Yeah.
And as part of the onboarding, you had to go around all the different kind of departments, do like a shift.
Yeah.
As part of like the onboarding. So one of the sessions, I had to go and do a Pilates class.
Yeah.
And I'd never done anything like that before. Now, bearing in mind, all my teens had just played football.
Yeah.
Didn't really do any gym, just literally football. And I only got into the gym probably at like 20, 21 years old because I got made redundant from my last job. And I'd never done any stretching, never done anything. To this day, I've never been as stiff and sore after any session as what I was after that Pilates class.
Yeah.
It was so tough.
It is solid, and I only really appreciated how difficult it is when I was doing my training.
Yeah. Because you see, like, women predominantly, but men as well, go to these classes, and it, from the outside in, when you're looking in, like physically looking in, it actually looks not that hard to do. Like physically not that hard. But when I'd done it, whew, I was literally, I was walking like a duck for like a week.
It's the same with yoga. People think yoga's a breeze, but it's, you know, it's difficult.
If you do it properly, like any exercise, like if you do it properly, it's tough. But oh God, that was an experience. That was an experience to say the least. So just circling back a little bit. Oxton Wellness Centre, obviously local to us and local to the concept room. Without diving too deep into it, how did that come to be? Like, obviously you're a yoga instructor, but was it something you just actively just pursued to sort of take over that place?
Yeah, an opportunity came up to just open the studio, and I kind of didn't really think twice. I just went with it, learned as I went. And yeah, we've grown this like amazing community now. It's been a lot of hard work over the past 3 years, but it's been great. And yeah,
I came to the wellness event, the Wellness Festival, and I was like completely mind blown. But then you said after that, like this was last year's one, not this year's one, that that was a big learning curve for you.
Yeah, I mean, every festival we've hosted has been a massive
Could imagine
learning
that to
curve.
be a massive like undertaking.
Yeah, it's you know, the two of us, we haven't really got any experience in events. I've done markets for years, so I kind of know the market side of it, but it's, you know, more of like a passion project. It's something that we do to make the world a better place, and we try and take that stress away from it by keeping it free and thinking, you know, we're just doing this for the community to benefit from. There's no charge, there's you know, nothing else. If people don't turn up, it's not, you know, a huge thing on our heads. But yeah, we've learned so much every year. That's how you learn, is by failing. So
how did what learnings did you take from that first one? Or it was actually the second one, I think, that I went to. But how did it get better this year? Because I seen it from afar and it looked absolutely unreal.
Yeah, we've just implemented everything we learned this year. But again, we still learned a lot this year to implement next year. You know, it's just.
I mean, we live in a very like kind of small part of the world in the Wirral. And I remember a podcast that I had a while ago with someone, and they kind of said to me, or it wasn't actually my podcast, it was someone else's podcast, but they came in and filmed it. And they said in the podcast, there's no jobs on the Wirral and there's no work on the Wirral. So I didn't actually know, like factually, whether that was true or not, but it really just was like, that can't be right. That just can't be right. So I've done a bit of research into this. So I actually went to the Chamber of Commerce and I like done the research through them. And there's 11,000 businesses on the Wirral alone. Yeah. Now, of them 11,000 businesses, like presuming most of them got employees that come to the Wirral, there's loads and loads and loads of opportunity. So to say that there's nothing on the Wirral is like, you know, that's just not true.
Was it someone from Liverpool saying it?
It was, yeah, we're mentioning names. But it was just factually wrong. It was just factually wrong. And I was always like, you know, if I was going back to my PT days or the fitness industry days and I was doing something like yourself, the amount of opportunity there to help people locally is just absolutely mad. 100%. And sometimes I think people underestimate that, especially when it comes to like a human thing like yoga or building a community. And I've seen like yourself and other people build communities over the last few years. And with all this AI stuff and social stuff, which we'll talk about, is like, I think it's just such a great business model, I think
as well, people are like so disconnected now with, you know, phones and the way we communicate over our phones.
Literally just stepping out the house into someone else.
Yeah. And, you know, I think people are looking for that community. People who want better for themselves, people who want to make those connections are looking for a community to join. And then, you know, that's where the connections are made and more people come with word of mouth and it just grows and grows and grows.
100%. I mean, I look at, like we're in our 30s, right? And I look at like, you know, I'm engaged with 2 kids, so like, I'm in a bit of a different life situation now. But I look back to when I was in my early 30s and I was single, like, it was completely different to what it is now. So even like getting out and about and, you know, I've got clients who are like in the dating game, and
it's a hard game to be in.
we'd actually done a podcast with a relationship coach.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting to me because the whole it's such a weird thing to me because it just wasn't what it was like. And now the world now is just completely different in that sense. Now, there's loads said about like the sort of, you know, the downsides and pitfalls of social media. And I don't know if it's just my biased thing because we actually got a social media business now. But I don't know, like, I mean, you can use social media for such a positive thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I look at your journey, like how you've used social media to build your business.
Yeah.
I've built mine through social media, and it's such like a great thing. And it's like when people say our attention spans are getting shorter, maybe.
Yeah.
That's maybe the case.
That's 100% the case.
But in some cases, you could, if the content is good enough, or the pull is big enough, like a community or like a group you're part of, you can sit there and watch a 2-hour Netflix film, for example.
Yeah.
So our attention span isn't 3 seconds long.
Yeah.
Because you can sit there and watch a 2-hour film, or you can watch a box set.
Yeah.
Or a reality TV show, or whatever. So if the content is good enough, you can hold your attention. But actually just getting out and into a community for an hour where you're doing yoga or you're doing Pilates or any form of exercise or going to a wellness event or doing a podcast like this.
Yeah.
I just think that's such like a human pull that can snap you out of that instantly. And social media is just a great vehicle for just promoting that, right? So I suppose the question off the back of that is, like, over the last sort of 4 or 5 years since you've been doing this, how has social media benefited you? And what do you think the advantages and disadvantages of using the platforms are?
Okay, I learnt my lesson with social media a long time ago. So it was when I was with my ex, so before 2019. And I've always loved using social media. As soon as Instagram first came about, I was on there posting pictures. I just love taking pictures, taking videos, creating those memories. And I think because I learnt my lesson so early on through, you know, comparison, it was when I was struggling, losing the family members and, you know, that really difficult time. I used social media basically to go and find something that I didn't want to see. Do you know, if you ever get caught in that trap? And
the scroll hole.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm so glad that happens because I learned then that I'm never using social media that way again. So now I use it to, you know, grow my community. I use it to try and be authentic on there and, you know, showcase authenticity, not pretending to be someone that I'm not. Obviously use it for business, use it for memories as well. And it's kind of like my social media is for me. I post for me, you know, I post to grow my business, but I also, everything I post on there is for me as well. And it's, you know, I think there's a lot of fear over judgment on social media. And once you get over that fear and, you know, let it go, then social media is such a powerful tool. I've had so many opportunities come through it. And it's part of, you know, life now. Like,
I always think personal branding in that sense is like your life jacket when it comes to AI.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be flooded with all AI stuff.
Yeah.
Now, we're in our 30s, so we kind of know better a little bit, or I like to think we know a little bit better. But if you're, say, 14, 15, I can understand why it's like there's pitfalls to it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're seeing 15, 16, 17-year-olds not get like part-time jobs these days.
Yeah.
So when we were young, I get a part-time job in like Curry's, Curry's PC World.
Yeah.
Used to have a part-time job in there. I used to have a part-time job in like a few different places as a teenager, and people still do. But I'm seeing 15, 16, 17-year-olds now become content creators, and that's seen as like this, like, that's not a real job. That's not a real job. But actually, it is. It is a real job.
There's so much money to be made in content creation.
I mean, I could talk about this all day. The creator economy, which is a terminology which is new itself, it's something like it's going to make up half the GDP of China.
Insane.
Yeah, it's insane. So that's like 500 million people. There's over 1 billion people in China. So imagine how much money is going to be able to be made in content creation.
Yeah.
And if you know, instead of like, you know, you don't allow your kids to go on social media. Actually, it should be taught more.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
It actually should be taught more, because these things, it's like I had someone on talking about the skinny jab and all these skinny jabs. Again, quite a polarizing topic.
Yeah.
And I learned this when I was a PT. It's very, 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 very hard, very hard to change people's like true natural instinctive behavior.
Yeah.
So it can be done, but it's super hard. So if you compare that to like the skinny jab, for example, like you're not going to stop someone taking a shortcut using a skinny jab. So you might as well not, if you're against it, that's fine, that's your opinion. But you might as well not try to change that behaviour, because you're not going to stop it.
Yeah.
You might as well work with them to manage that better.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of coaches now who are completely against the skinny jab because they see it as unnecessary, and they have the reasons for that. But actually, you're probably better off in a business sense, and content sense, working with them rather than clashing with them. You know, well, actually, the skinny jabs work for me.
Yeah.
So,
you
know, and you could say, and it's the same with social media, right? It's like, you're not going to stop kids ending up on social media. So actually work with them to show them
how to
a better way of doing it. And the only way you can turn your tide on all this crap content and like content that potentially leads someone the wrong way is make better content.
Yeah.
It's like the answer to bad ideas is better ideas.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like, we are probably the last generation to remember what it was like without phones. But like now must be so many like whiz kids on their phone, you know, that can just pump out and create all this amazing content, use AI as if it's, you know, it is their second nature, because they're you know, been brought up with the phones, and it's just crazy to think like what their future could look like.
Like, I'm quite glad, because I always say this, like, when you look at like my mum and dad, I've got a really good relationship with my mum and dad. They're still together after all these years. Really enduring marriage and all that. But they wouldn't know how to send an email from the phone. Yeah. Now, if we don't keep up...
It's funny, isn't it?
But if we... with a little flip phone. And like... And I always think, if we don't keep up with new stuff now, then we'll be that.
100%.
In years to come, we'll be that embarrassing parent who can't send a fucking email from the AI tool that they use in 50 years' time, whatever.
I agree.
So we've got to do it, right? Because you're not going to stop it. Yeah. So work with it.
And if anything, like, you know, the way we've seen technology like progress over the past 10 years, and how faster it's going to move forwards, and you know, in the next like 5 years, it's going to be crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I heard Elon Musk on a podcast talk about this, about in 5-6 years time, apps will be like Blockbuster Video. So you won't have apps on your phone; it'll just be all AI powered, whatever it is. Yeah. And I can't even conceptualize what that even looks like. But it must be some sort of device in your pockets. It must be, or whether it's like glasses on your face, or I don't know what it'll be. It's conceptual. I can't even conceptualize it, but it's really interesting. But like my thinking always goes back to, how do you work with it and make it better? Yeah. Rather than try to, no, I'm coming off social media. Like, you hear all these people, I don't like Elon Musk, so we came off Twitter. Yeah. It's like, they don't care that you've got your accounts.
Are you on Twitter?
I am, but I don't use it.
Yeah.
It is a cesspit. It is an absolute shit show. But it's like, if I cancel my account because I don't agree with someone's opinion or whatever, it's like, no one cares. Yeah. Literally.
So what social media app do you use the most?
I would say just for like, so I've got a bit of a weird opinion on it. So when TikTok came out, to answer your question straight, YouTube. Yeah. And that's what I use the most. That said, when TikTok came out, it kind of revolutionized social media forever. And I've talked about this loads lately. So when the For You page came out, essentially what TikTok said was, we think that we can curate you a feed that you're more interested in than what you can create yourself. Yeah. We'll create you a feed that you're more interested in than what you're choosing to actually follow. Yeah. So the value of the follow button came down. And I think with the For You page, it worked. Yeah. People loved the For You page. So Instagram copied that. Facebook copied that. Yeah. YouTube Shorts copied that. Even LinkedIn is getting a a video feed. Still not great, but it's going into a video feed. And I'm looking at it going, the value of the follow button went down.
Yeah.
And people were starting to get fed up. Just content that was basically what they thought you were interested in, but not necessarily interested in. Now, let's say hypothetically that you went and chose to follow me. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to see my content more.
Yeah. Is this TikTok still?
On every platform now. But what Instagram has done is, and I've got a bit of a, I do love Instagram, and I use it, but I would say that it's not my favourite in the sense that it's, to me, Instagram's just basically white labelled all the best features off every other app.
And put it, yeah.
So if you look at like the TikTok For You page, that's the Reels tab. If you look at Stories, that's Snapchat.
Yeah.
And that they've white labelled. If you look at the Explore page, that's basically what you see on YouTube as you log in. So Instagram to me is just basically a Frankenstein version of all the other apps. So they took all the best features and put it together. But Instagram have done nothing innovative themselves.
Yeah.
So all the things that they've done innovatively themselves, they tried to do Instagram TV years ago.
Yeah.
And that flopped because it was just, no one wanted to be an Instagram TV, everyone wanted to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to answer your question, I love YouTube. And the reason why I love YouTube is because it's not a social media platform in the sense that you just get fed up stuff.
Yeah.
In a sense, it's if they don't click the video, they don't watch it.
Yeah.
So if you get views on YouTube, I would say they're more valuable to you for your business than what it would be on Instagram or TikTok, because they physically had to click on the video.
Yeah.
Click the
and
thumbnail.
you go onto YouTube to search, don't you?
So if I go and search on YouTube yoga classes in Wirral, and I find you and I click your video, that view that I've gave you is more valuable than if I see it on Instagram, because I might just get fed it up whether I've searched for it or not on Instagram. And that's why I like YouTube better. Now, you do have to have a little bit of delayed gratification with YouTube, because it's not easy to grow. It's very competitive. And you're not going to get instant views. But that said, the ones that you do get will be very, very worthwhile happening. But yeah, I'd flip that question around on you. Which is your preferred medium?
Ooh, I'd say I go to Instagram. That's like my go-to, but I think that's just because I'm the most comfortable using.
Again, so just to piggyback on it, do you think Instagram is just the one that people just kind of
go to?
Just go to. It's your go-to one.
Yeah.
Just because it's convenience.
Yeah, I do, and that's I think why I just go to post on it, because it's like go-to place.
Yeah. I find that it's quite easy just to like cross-post to Facebook.
But I think TikTok's quite easy to use. I don't give TikTok enough time. I kind of just, reuse my Instagram content to post on TikTok. But, there's more of an opportunity of your video getting seen on TikTok. So realistically, I should be putting more time into TikTok. And then I was going through a phase of using YouTube. I've got like some yoga videos up there. Again, it just takes a lot longer to film the YouTube content than it does with the other platforms.
I look at TikTok, and I like Becky, my missus, is on TikTok doing loads of stuff now. And I look at TikTok, and it's, if you've got no followers and you post a video and it's your first video, there's a legitimate chance of it going viral.
100%.
With no followers and no views ever. Yeah. And that's mad.
Yeah.
Is it good for like long-term sustainability in terms of predictability of getting business? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
If you do it over a long period, possibly, but over short term, I'd say it's quite. You might get 2 views and then 2 million views and then 2 views, and that could legit. Whereas with Instagram, it kind of like you can kind of predict it more steadily.
Yeah.
And with YouTube, it's definitely more of a slow burner. Yeah, definitely more of a slow burner. Definitely more of a slow burner. But more valuable content, I would argue, is on there.
Yeah.
So I think there's pros and cons to everything. But yeah, it's interesting you say that about Instagram just being like your go-to, because that's like the most convenient thing to.
I also think as well, like a lot of you know, the local community from around here is on Instagram. Whereas TikTok, you know, you're not going to get that reach to the local community. It's more people, you know, like you said, on your For You page that could pop up, you know, in America or anywhere.
100%.
So I think, again, that's why I use Instagram, because obviously I'm trying to get people to the studio, get people to classes. And Instagram, I think, is the best place.
And how far-reaching do you find your content going? Do you find it getting across the country or across the world?
No.
Or do you find it more localised?
Localised, yeah, definitely. But that's what
you want.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I'm after.
Yeah, and there's enough. As I say, there's enough people local. 11,000 businesses.
Yeah.
And that's, we're talking about business sense then. I mean, there's like 250,000 people on the Wirral.
Yeah.
So if you look at that as like a demographic, to get 25 people in a yoga class is you know, probably quite an easy thing if you get your content right.
Yeah.
But interesting that.
Yeah.
Interesting. What kind of content do you find is working for you right now?
Well, we spoke about this the other day, didn't we, at networking?
I feel like you've got a lot of social proof now. Now you've worked with some celebrities and all that.
Yeah.
You find yourself a bit of a Z-lister now, Beck?
No, it's... again, that opportunity came from
I've got a
Instagram.
For anyone watching this, I've got a celebrity on the podcast today.
I haven't. He hasn't. The opportunity came from Instagram. So that's, you know, proof in itself that there's so many opportunities.
So talk to me about, I mean, if you don't mind, obviously, talk to me a bit about how that came to be through Instagram.
Okay, so last year, in October, my mum took early retirement, and I was like, come on, let's go on a fitness retreat. So we booked, you know, a random fitness retreat on Instagram. It was the food that sold us on it. We went, it was amazing. And then we came home, and then I was creating content while I was on the fitness retreat. So I was posting while I was there. And then slowly, you know, the trainers and, you know, the other staff that I met through this company started following me on social media. I was like, oh, you know, they are watching. And then I just got a message off them to see if I was up for, you know, doing a bits of work for them. So now I've hosted a retreat in Portugal for them. I've got another one booked in March. And I also record some classes for their online platform. So we go down to the London studio. So yeah, it's really exciting. It's an amazing opportunity. But again, it came through posting. And sometimes you think like, oh, I'm just posting for the sake of it, or why am I even spending my time posting? But, you know, there's always people watching.
I will tell anyone that will listen, post the content.
100%.
Post the content.
Do it.
Post the content. And never, ever assume that someone's not watching.
Yeah.
There's always someone watching.
Yeah, I agree.
The reason being is, so people are calling it AI slop.
Yeah.
So Sora 2, I don't know if you've seen this.
No.
So Sora 2 is basically ChatGPT have bought out their own AI version of TikTok called Sora 2.
Okay.
And it's basically all just AI videos. And you can create an account like you would normally and just create AI videos and just go into a feed. And you can download the app and it just scroll through like a normal social media app, but it's all just AI videos. And social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, YouTube is getting flooded with this AI. They're calling it slop. It's just slop content, sloppy, like it's crap.
Yeah.
It's just basically who can make the best prompt, basically. And I'm telling everyone, don't be sloppy. Post the content. And it goes back to what you said, being authentic, being real, building a proper personal brand. The thing that will protect you against the AI.
Yeah.
The future of business is, people say the future of business is human.
Yeah.
And human connection. I'd go a step further to that and say the future of business is for creative humans.
Yeah.
So the ones that are, the businesses that are creator-led are the ones that are going to win. Not the ones that are sitting behind an office spending loads of money on Google ads and stuff like that. Because it's just not going to, that'll get disrupted. Which is crazy to think that something like Google can get disrupted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, don't assume.
Yeah.
Never assume. Post the content.
Always eyes watching. Always.
I mean, the opportunity that you got, like, fair play, because that is like something that not a lot of people get that opportunity to do, right?
Yeah. But I also put myself in the position to get the opportunity. You know, not many people do that. So it's like the hard
posting the content.
It's hard work posting content. Like, you have to have that time to do it, and you have to prioritize it.
Tough, innit?
And, you know, if you don't do it, you can't expect those opportunities to come your way.
Do you put any mind to, like, you told me last week that you put some time aside on a Sunday to plan out your content and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been doing a lot of like researching and digging deeper into like formats. And what I mean by formats is there's no right or wrong to what format you use. So you might do a podcast, interviews, or you might do Q&As, or talking head videos, or day in the lives, or even just kind of, you see these like 4 to 5 second videos with writing on the top.
Yeah.
So whatever format is easy for you to deliver every single week and just produce content and more of it at a good quality scale. That's a good way of doing it. But do you put any mind to like how you become more, what's the word, like a productive content creator?
I need to put more time.
Would you actually call yourself a content creator?
No, but I was thinking about this on the way here in the car. No, but realistically, I am, because I create content for my personal Becky Jones Wellness social media. I create it for Oxton Wellness Centre. Yeah. Then when it comes to the festival, I do it for the Wellness Festival. I do it for TikTok, YouTube, like, you know.
I think there's definitely this thing about like, if you're a content creator, you're like the Mr. Beast, or you're like the Jake Paul, or what's that girl who created that coffee brand on YouTube and she's making billions now. So she built this coffee brand. And this is why I say the future of the business is creator-led. Yeah. Because you're looking at like Logan Paul brought out Prime. Yeah. Massive. Yeah. This girl, I can't think of a name off the top of my head, but she brought out this coffee bean brand. So she just sells coffee essentially. Yeah. Nothing spectacular, but she's just sold for like £1 billion. Yeah. There was this soft drink that got sold to Pepsi for like over $1 billion. And it's all coming from like YouTubers. Yeah. And there's definitely this thing around, you know, you're not going to be a content creator, get a real job, because it's, you know, you're not going to be the next Mr. Beast or whatever. And it's like, if you have a business and you're not creating content, you're quite literally and figuratively being left behind. Literally. You are literally getting forgotten about. And the reason I say that is, if there's 10 Becky Joneses in a row and they do exactly the same thing, what makes them pick you? It's essentially the quality of your content, right? Because the eyeballs are on social media. And I always say this, like, I'm not romantically fucking attached to social media. Yeah. I'm romantically attached to where the attention is. Yeah. What I mean by that is, if social media was to go away tomorrow and get disrupted by, if Instagram was to just get disrupted by some other platform, and Instagram was no longer a thing, like MySpace happened with Facebook, the attention's got to go somewhere. Yeah. All that attention from Instagram goes somewhere else. If Facebook was to go away, all that attention goes away. If YouTube was, all the attention goes somewhere. But at the moment, all the eyes are on social media, right? So do you pay any mind to like how to become that like better content creator, or just calling yourself a content creator and just being like, do you know what? This is something that's just part of my job now.
Yeah. Do you know what? The past like couple of months, it's been on my mind a lot. It is basically a full-time job being a content creator, and if you're a business owner, you've got all these other jobs and other hats that you have to wear. So I've just spoken to a lady who does content creation, and I would never have invested money into it because I can do it myself, but I think now I do need to bring that help and support in. And I've also looked at there's like an online course which isn't specifically for content creators, but it's kind of like fits in with it, because opportunities come from social media. So whatever you do, you have to create the content to, it's just such an easy platform for people to find you.
When we started out, we'd work with businesses, and I'd find that the business owners who didn't really have any idea about social media, and like more old school people, would be like, they'd kind of get here. they'd kind of try to get like, they might get the secretary to do a social media post once a week, or they might get the 19-year-old niece who was on TikTok and was like, she knew a bit about TikTok to do a post or whatever, because it was just seen as this like afterthought. And you see it, like we do social media reviews on accounts, and the first thing I do is go on there, and if it's just a load of like Canva graphics, I'm like, just stop, just stop what you're doing. And you can just tell or it's like a really badly taken photo or something, and it's like, come on,
Yeah.
better than this. Your business is better than this. But now it's evolved so much that these people actually are starting to pay this a bit of mind and starting to go, do you know what, we've actually got to get our bootstraps on here.
Yeah.
And they're employing people.
Yeah.
Now, for the average cost of a social media manager is £32,500 a year. Now, a lot of businesses can't afford 32 grand a year. Like, we can't afford 32 grand a year to employ someone at the moment. But it's one of them things where we're going to have to. We're going to have to find a way of doing it, because, like, for us, we've got so much content now in the content room. We work with so many content creators now, so many businesses, that we have to bring in more content creators. So this content creator role is going to be, like, I'm literally going to be advertising for 3 or 4 content creators at a time. And that content creator role looks like, can you edit videos at a high level and fast? Can you film content quickly and fast? Can you recognize trends? Can you predict that algorithm changes? Can you do all this kind of stuff? And actually, I think job role is going to come up where it's like, just literally going to have someone in charge of sitting on Instagram all day and figuring out what's working and what's not working. You know,
well, you need to, don't you?
Like, like, say for example, we took you on as a client, and we're like, okay, we want to improve the sales for Oxton Wellness Centre. We want to get you more clients. We want to do this. We want to make better content. Okay, we would literally have someone sitting on your Instagram all day. Figuring out what's working in the wellness space, in the yoga space, in the Pilates space, in the mindful breathwork space, all this stuff. It's going to become so analytical now. It's like, if you're not doing that and you don't have people doing them roles, you're literally going to...
And I guess businesses that, like, aren't sort of old-fashioned, but people who aren't, you know, up to date with social media and using it to promote their business, they probably don't see it as, you know, they just see it as someone sitting on the phone all day. They don't see it as, you know, but it's what you need to do to get your business seen by more people.
Right. It's like, you know, you hear, like, about couples that, like, get really pissed off with each other because you're on your phone too much. If you're a content creator, your actual job is to sit and, like, be on social media. And that's it's tricky. It's tricky.
I do think it's also important to find the balance. Like, when you're not working, you know, it's easy to sit at home and look at the trends.
I was actually thinking about getting a separate iPhone and just having social media on one, and then having a...
Well, I was having a conversation with my granddad, and I was like, do you know what? I'm thinking of getting a business phone where I can just switch everything off and put it away. And then I got a notification through my watch, and I was like, I do not need another device that's just going to ping notifications at me.
Funny enough, I bought a Whoop band. And it's not the most best looking thing in the world. It has no, like, technology attached to it, apart from, like, the actual chip inside it. So I'm not, like, constantly looking at it all day. But I love it because I'm not constantly looking at it. And even if I've not got my phone on me and I'm getting a notification from, I'm constantly just like that. And I love this because it tracks everything. But I only look at it when I want to look at it, rather than it's just on my wrist. I can go swimming, I can go in the gym, I can go to jiu-jitsu, I can do podcast, and it's constantly on, but I'm not constantly looking at it. So it's interesting you say that. I'm probably on the same wavelength there. Similar value system when it comes to social. Now, I am not naive to the fact that social media is not perfect. There is pitfalls to it. But I think that hopefully the takeaway message from this, and this has been a great conversation, is work with it, because you're not gonna stop it. You know, the only way, we talk about big ideas all the time, and the only way to overcome bad ideas is better ideas. And the only way to overcome them better ideas is even better ideas. And that sometimes requires debate and disagreements, and sometimes you can argue. That's okay. But with that said, Beck, what's your big idea?
My big idea. I would just say my big idea is, I'm a big believer of being able to create a life you want. Also a big believer of, you know, letting go of fear of judgment, letting go of, you know, those thoughts that no one cares what you're up to. You know, you don't need to worry that so and saying that, or, you know, you're doing it for you. Prioritize you, and yeah, just keep doing it for you,
I love it.
not for anyone else.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the feararchy?
Yeah.
The
I think so.
feararchy. There's 5 primal human fears.
Yeah.
So there's 2 that always stick in my mind.
Yeah.
The other 3 are like, don't get eaten by a lion or something.
Yeah.
So there's like one that senses danger.
Yeah.
So if like a big rabid dog running in now and try to attack us, we obviously fight him off and get scared.
Yeah.
There's one that's like food and shelter and warmth and all that. Can't think of what the other one is, but there's 2 other ones that really always stick in my mind. One is fear of judgment.
Yeah.
And what that looks like in real life is you don't want to post the content because you might get the piss taken out of it by mates. Or people be like, what are you doing that for? Or if someone wants to lose weight and get healthy, but all the mates are going out partying and drinking and doing drugs all the time. Oh, you changed, you have. And you hear that all the time. So that's like fear of judgment. And then the other one that always rings true with me is the fear of not living up to your own expectations.
Yeah.
So that's where you are looking at other people online going, well, they're making fucking amazing content.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to make content like that.
That's comparison, isn't it,
I'm
really?
never going to be able to have a business like that. I'm never going to be able to make money like that.
Yeah.
And you start putting all these like limiting beliefs on yourself where you go, actually, I can do all that.
Yeah.
You know, if one man can do it, another man can do it. If another girl can do it, another girl can do it. And I look at someone like yourself who's like, when we started, I mean, we didn't really know each other, but you like just doing yoga, you didn't really have any classes at that point.
Yeah.
And look at you now, like it's unbelievable. And that's all just do, letting all that go and being like, you know what, I'm just going to post the content, I'm just going to build a personal brand, I'm just going to smash it, and absolutely fucking fair play. Yeah. And that's not me blowing smoke up your ass, that's just factual. So, this has been a great conversation, by the way. I actually really enjoyed this one. Not that I don't enjoy the others. If anyone has watched this and wants to get involved in one of your yoga or Pilates classes, or wants to come to Oxton Wellness Centre or get involved with what you do, where is the best place they can find you or get in touch with you at, or attend or become part of your community?
You can find us on social media, Oxton Wellness Centre, or if you want to follow me, it's Becky Jones Wellness. You can sign up to our website. You can give us an email. We've got magazines circulating the Wirral, which you can scan the QR codes. And yeah, come and join us. It'll be fun. One last question before we finish. What does 2026 look like for Becky Jones? Growing my personal brand. I've spent the past couple of years building the Wellness Centre, which has been amazing. Obviously, I'm going to keep building it, but I'm looking at, working on different projects for myself. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to put all the links that Becky just said around this video. Can't wait for this to come out. I'm going to be posting all the content like we talked about. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. Yeah, we are done.